What's going on, everybody? Welcome to SNR Talk Season 2, Episode 43, featuring my very special guest here tonight, Howie Disavino. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and listening. Enjoy the show. Alright, I'm here with Howie. Howie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing incredible. Alright.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. I guess we'll get right into the first, or I'll get right into the first question. And how did you get into racing?
Yeah, it's a different story than what most race car drivers kind of have. A lot of them grew up racing or their dads raced. When I was 8 years old, just really fell in love with the racing scene and wanted to go to the NASCAR track and saw these little race cars called arena racing back in the day, and just decided that we were going to hop into one when I was 13 years old, and that's really how I got started racing, was just falling in love with the sport.
Yeah, that's something I don't think anyone's ever said that, actually. I think that's a first. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right. So next question is the difficulties in racing Xfinity.
Yeah, the difficulties with Xfinity, the cars are really top-heavy, not much downforce. They do stick pretty good, but once the tire wear really comes out, you really got to watch the throttle. Those cars are easy to spin out, essentially. So you really got to be careful with what you do with them and how hard you go at, on a short run versus long run.
Yeah. And with the Xfinity, I know there's got to be a difficult track you've raced at. Which one would you say is the most difficult?
Yeah, Loudon was pretty difficult, but, besides that, everywhere else I went to, it was pretty easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but, I kind of understood those tracks a lot better. But Loudon was definitely one of the tougher tracks.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite tracks to race on NASCAR Heat. That's a good track.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let's see, next question, since you have been involved with NASCAR, one of the top 3 series. Actually, I think you've been in trucks too, right?
Yes.
Trucks, which one would you say you prefer?
They both have their own difficulties, so I really can't choose one or the other. It's really, do you want to have downforce or do you not want to have downforce? So, a bunch of my buddies and I, we're all split different. Some of them like not having the downforce. Some of them love having the downforce. So it really just depends. For me personally, I like having downforce, and it is really fun to kind of have those trucks going around the racetrack. You can drive them in super deep, but when it comes down to Xfinity, it's just prestigious to be able to race it in Xfinity.
Yeah, I gotcha. And with racing in the top 3 series, I'm pretty sure most people get their own diecast. Now, I'm not sure if you've had your own yet or not, but, do you care to explain how cool it would be to have, your own diecast, like Xfinity, truck, or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. A big shout-out to T-Mac Diecast. He makes custom diecast for any driver, and he's made quite a few of mine. It's pretty awesome to kind of see, the car that you drove, back in the day, and just kind of all the memories that go with it. It's definitely something cool, and, there's been plenty of people that, really enjoyed some of my schemes, and they even ordered diecast as well, so it's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. Does he make, late model type diecast, too?
I believe now he just came out with his first one, so I believe so, yes.
So what I had thought about a couple months ago is having the podcast logo or my channel logo on a late model. I was going to call Lionel Racing to see if they make customs, but since they're such a big company and they have to have a certain amount because it costs so much to make them, I believe. Right. So I was wanting to have my own made with my own logo.
Well, definitely hit him up. He knows what he's doing, and he makes really, really good diecast.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to definitely have to approach and try to do.
Absolutely.
All right, next thing is, what's next for your racing career? What do you think you're going to be running next? Xfinity, truck, modified, late model, whatever?
I don't know. Whatever I can afford at that point in time, and what the partners or sponsors want us to do. And quite honestly, I mean, it's one of them tough deals where if the capital's right, you can go run Xfinity. If the capital's right, you can go run trucks. But besides that, we don't really know quite yet, and we're still working hard and marketing for those partners as we speak.
Okay, I understand. And next thing is not really much to do with either of us, but this whole NASCAR documentary, Full Throttle, coming out. Or is it Full Throttle, Full Speed? I think it's Full Speed, actually. I don't know. I can't remember, but what is your thoughts on that, like, from the little previews you've seen?
Yeah, seems like a pretty cool deal. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy watching it. It's kind of like, the F1 deal, that they had on Netflix, and I think it's going to show people appreciation for, NASCAR and, what's going on in the NASCAR world.
Yeah. I liked the last one that they did. What was it called? Race for the Championship on USA. It was on Peacock, too, which is where I've been watching it here recently.
Yep.
That was definitely entertaining, but I can't wait to see this next one. But I don't have Netflix as of now, so I'll see if they'll let me have like a free trial or something, just enough to watch it.
Absolutely.
Would you also like to see like a documentary of trucks and Xfinity as well, or just Cup works?
I think if they showed all three series and all the difficulties within all three series, that would make a better storyline. But Cup is very prestigious to race in, so I understand why they would want to focus on that.
Yeah. The main focus, kind of like Bowman Gray's made, I think, 2 documentaries, something like that, and they've had, like, of course, their main series, the Modifieds.
Right.
So, yeah, I can understand now. But I think it'd be cool to have, like, maybe, like, a separate with trucks and Xfinity, kind of like to, like, level your way up to Cup. Like, I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question is North Wilkesboro. So I remember the last time, which was the first time I seen you in person, which was back on September 30th at the Wheeling race at Wilkesboro. And it was pretty unique because I never expected to see you there. And I think Noah said you was there, and we went to the autograph session, and we just kind of seen you there. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. What about that race?
So you was back in Melissa. Wait, what's her last name? Is it Fields?
Field.
Yeah. So now, what was you doing for her that night?
Yeah, I was pit crewing. I was changing tires for her that night. She is my trainer, Hunter Smith's fiance, and he said that he needed a little bit of help, and I said, okay, that's fine. I'll come on out, and we'll hang out and make adjustments to the car, try to get quicker and this and that. And, that's why I was helping her out at the autograph session by bringing her hero cards up. So I know how stressful, race day is. And I wanted to make it easier for her since I wasn't driving, and she was. And that was basically my job, was to kind of not be her PR person by any means, but, help work on the car, pit the car, but be there in case she needs anything.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, backing her in the modified at Wilkesboro, does that bring any, like, interest in you to race a modified anywhere?
No.
No?
Nope, not at all.
So you would never, so if you had the chance, would you?
I mean, if I had the chance, I would, but those are different beasts to what I'm used to driving, so I don't have the experience, and when it comes down to, marketing dollars and stuff like that, I'd rather spend that in NASCAR.
Yeah. The modifieds are definitely powerful. I think they're faster than a Cup car from what I've heard.
Maybe more horsepower.
Yeah. Let's see. This next question, I'm getting to it a little early, so I call this the off-the-wall question. So the last time he was on here, we had, like a bare minimum of questions. We was just starting, and we was still on Instagram. So now we're here on the major platforms, and over the time, I've came up with more and more questions. And this one, like I said, is called Off the Wall, which is a question that has something to do with racing and sort of doesn't. I've really made this my signature question. I may just take it from the Off the Wall moment, which is, does driving a race car make you drive differently on the main roads and like a regular car?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
It's definitely a good skill to know is how to go. You know how we are. I mean, we race bumper to bumper a lot of times, and it just comes down to, if I need to merge over real quick, then I'll pull those skills out. But besides that, I have too many tickets, and I really don't want to get another one.
How many tickets do you happen to have right now?
My attorney... No, I'm joking. I think 3 or 4. I can't quite remember. I haven't gotten one in quite some time, so...
Well, that's good. I'm hoping I never get a ticket. I fly on these roads. I'll watch a race, like a NASCAR race, and like if I have to take a quick run to the grocery store, I'm flying down through there like I'm in the banking of Daytona. Like, it is incredible.
I heard that.
Or on the highway. I feel like I'm Ricky Bobby or something. I am flying, and if I get mad if a car passes by me, and then I'll try to speed up and try to get after them, and just can't quite get it.
I get it. I understand that 100%.
Gotta avoid the ticket somehow.
That's right.
Alright, anyways, next up is your workout motivation. I see you like to work out quite a bit, and what kind of motivates you to want to do that?
Really nothing motivates me. I just like the way it feels. I like the way I feel after a workout, like the way that, my body looks. I've seen a lot of results here recently, especially with, going 7 days a week and all that stuff. So it just kind of comes down to, nothing really motivates me. It's cool if I have a buddy show up and we work out together. But besides that, just pushing your body to the limits, early in the morning and then working all day, and I feel like it's a good recipe for success.
Yes, sir. I want to get into like a workout routine, but these gym memberships are expensive anymore.
You can go to Planet Fitness for $10 a month.
$10 a month. Problem is, I live about damn near an hour away from a Planet Fitness.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'll get it I'll get it one day. One day I will.
Right.
I mean, my calves are pretty strong, but other than that, my arms they're getting a little bigger, but it is what it is for now. Anyways, next question is, what is your dream track that you would want to race on?
Like a track I haven't been to?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Cause I've been to a lot of racetracks. I feel like I would really have a lot of fun. Like lots of fun at Dover.
Dover. That's a pretty fast track too. I mean, I've said, I've raced on NASCAR Heat, and it's like a fast track. Like, from the time you hit, let's see, like turn 1, you're at turn 2 in pretty much less than a second. It feels like.
Oh yeah.
That's an interesting choice. I don't think I've ever heard Dover before. Something else new.